It's 10 minutes past 11.
Right now it is 9:20 p.m.
Which means there's like less than an hour before I turn 20.
So we still have 2+ hours before I turn 24. This time, 4 years ago, I was stepping into my 20s and I had a lot of things to reflect on and introspection to do. It was some sort of an emotional evening, and I decided now is a good time to do an update video. So we're going to see what 19-year-old me has to say about turning 20, and we're going to see what 23-year-old me now has to say about turning 24.
And to be honest, I'm actually quite excited. Like, I'm actually pretty excited. But for the past couple of hours, like since I got back from my errands and all of my beauty errands basically, I've had this feeling of loneliness. I don't know why.
I'm excited to turn 24. The thing about me is I'm always excited about my birthday, and I feel very grateful and blessed and privileged that I have never been the kind of person to have birthday anxiety or age anxiety. I'm always super grateful about turning the age that I am turning, experiencing like my next birth. It's the one thing that keeps me going because I want to see my birthday in the coming years. I'm so excited and I don't feel lonely. I actually don't feel lonely. At 19, which I struggled a lot with loneliness, and I think I'd been at a point where I was really trying to grasp for friendship, connection. Like I really crave the deep connection. Right now, I think I have deep connections in my life, which, funny enough, are connections I had at the time. I just was not focusing on what I already had and just wanted what every other person had. Because all the people I refer to as right now as people I deeply connected are people that were in my life then.
Why? I mean, usually before like midnight of all of my birthdays, I just noticed that I get very emotional.
Am I emotional? I don't think I'm emotional. I think the reason why I'm emotional is this video, not because like anything. However, I did receive some news today that made me really start thinking about how important the gift of life is and how important life, just how much of a blessing life is, how good life is when you do right, and how life is a gift, how life should be treasured, and just I feel like the word I'm looking for is not yet in my vocabulary. So let's keep watching.
But like right now, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, it comes from a place of reflection, I guess, and the fact that I'm no longer going to be a teenager. I don't know how I feel about that. Well, to be fair, I feel like 18 and 19 gave me some kind of transition or transitory phase into like proper adulthood. So I guess I am ready but not ready for it. Like,
I think someone should go back and tell 19-year-old Paula that you can never really be ready for adulthood. I'm 23, I am not ready for this shit. So like, what am I even doing? There's some days I feel like I'm cosplaying adulthood. Some days I'm just like, how did I get here? What are these responsibilities? What do I even know that I'm doing? Like, I just want to call my mom, and I call my mom every single day. Like, there was this one time I didn't know how to do something with my gas, and I'm like, what should I do? And I video called her, and I'm showing her every single thing in my kitchen. See, is one ever really ready for this? You just do it.
the past few years, like from 15 to 19, was tough and
dramatic much.
I can't imagine what actual 20s are going to be like. Like voicing it out right now makes me nervous, makes me scared.
15 to 19. Honestly, I think when you're young and you have problems when you're young, not to invalidate like having problems when you're young, because every single problem that affects you mentally is very valid. But it is so funny looking at it back sometimes. Like, girl, so many things have happened. That seems very juvenile compared to what other things I have dealt with in like the past 4 years. So that's why I'm laughing. Not to like say that I was doing too much or something. Yeah.
But I'm going to take it as it comes. I'm going to commit it to God and literally take it as it comes. And I'm going to have, or rather, pray for full control. No.
Full control.
I think why I'm scared, my problem is I like being in control of everything. I like being in control of everything that concerns me, that concerns my life. And usually when things don't go the way I want it to, or the way I intended it to, it puts me in a very bad state.
Yeah, I totally understand this. At this point in my life, I had been through something really traumatic, a couple of things that were very traumatic, and I was dealing with a lot of blame, self-blame, regrets. My eyes are starting to hurt, so I'm going to have to wear my glasses now. I really wanted to show you guys how much the resemblance still is there, but the eye doctor said I have astigmatism, so I need to protect my eyes, okay? So I was just dealing with a lot of things. I'm like struggling with like all the parts that I had to play in my suffering. So I had reached a point in my life where I was obsessed in living right. I was obsessed with having a perfect life, just like having a perfect life, no sins, no wrongdoings, no shortcomings. And I spoke to my best friend Andrew, and he had said something to me about how mistakes happen, right? It's just part of life. I can't remember the exact way he said it to me, but it helps me slow down. Like it happens. They happen, and the beautiful thing about mistakes is that it's not a unique experience. Everybody makes mistakes. Like, you're not the first person in this entire life to make a mistake. You're not the first person to disappoint yourself, right? So
I guess that's why I'm nervous, but I've decided to just leave it in God's hands, really, because
I also have like a couple of journal entries that I would like to read that I made at this point in my life. So the journal entries we have this one from the 26th of April 2021, which is less than 2 months before I made this video, and it's titled Mistakes. So I said, everybody makes mistakes. It's probably one of the most beautiful things about life. Well, not pretty, mistakes can be very haunting, but it's what makes life life. If it makes you feel better, there are 7 billion people out there who have made at least one grave mistake. You're 1 in 7 billion. Do whatever you can to forgive yourself and allow yourself to grow from it. Some mistakes are needed as life lessons. And this is an entry I revisit ever so often because I think it's something I'll need at all stages of my life. It's something I would really, really need to remind myself about. The second journal entry was the next day, 27th of April 2021, titled Regrets, and this was inspired by a conversation I had with my friend Faithful. So this is me quoting what Faithful had said to me. I guess this was a phone call conversation. So she said, I don't regret as much because once upon a time, the decisions I made seemed wise at that point. I'm only wiser now because I know I won't make the mistake again. The mistake brought me to wisdom. Yes, I think these are just really important. I was beating myself up so badly in 2021, and I think towards my birthday I had started, healing. Right. I think that's the word.
I mean, His will is what's going to be done at the end of the day. I remember when I was turning 19, I felt nervous because 18 was so rough and I had made a couple of mistakes, and I was like, what if I'm going to make the same mistakes in 19? I was talking to my best friend, and he said something like,
Andrew.
something about me always going to make mistakes, and that's how life is going
I
to
literally
be.
just
I'll
said
just
that.
always make mistakes, and that's what makes me human. So it was tough hearing that, because I was at a point in my life where I didn't want to make any more mistakes. So it was really tough, and I've accepted that, yeah, I'm going to make a shitload of mistakes, and with each of them I'm going to learn and be a better person.
Which is so true, because I cannot begin to say the kind of mistakes I have made between then and now. Matter of fact, the mistakes I even made this week that I know I'm thinking about for a very long time. Yeah, it's all part of life.
Right now, I'm very happy with who I am as a person. I feel like I'm the friend, I'm the older sister, I'm the older friend that my 18-year-old self, my 17-year-old self wanted and needed, and that makes me so happy with myself, makes me feel quite accomplished, because sometimes I get so caught up in the moments.
You know what is so funny? The stage I'm in right now in life, I'm looking at this video and I'm like, girl, what did you even have? Like, feeling so accomplished and all. And I think that's so stupid, like me having this thought right now, because you don't even need to have like monetary things, financial blessings, stability, all these things. And I admire this video so much because I know where I was at in life in this video, and I was so contented. I was so contented. I think I have always strived to be a content person. Yeah, I've always strived to be a very contented person, and that I was that contented there with the little that I had. Yeah. I just want to tell my 19-year-old self, that 23-year-old Paula is very, very, very proud of her, and she was a very smart and beautiful girl.
Forget that I'm not where I used to be, or forget that I currently have or am the things I wanted to be, or I have the things I wanted to have.
I'm not going to say too much about that part, because this is also how I feel right now. Like, I feel like I don't know, it's all God, man. It's truly all God, because what special thing did I do? What special thing have I done to my life, right? Because yes, like I am the person that I don't even know. Who did I think I was going to be in a couple? That's such a very funny question when people ask you, oh, where is yourself 5 years from now? You can only like say the things that you want to be in. I'm pretty sure back then I maybe envisioned myself as a badass, big editorial photographer, or I don't know. I think I've always just envisioned a life with art. So I guess I'm not too far off. Maybe not the exact same way I would have said it if somebody asked me then. Or honestly speaking, I don't even know if I had an answer at 19 when people asked me that question.
And I'm actually really, really proud of myself, and I'm going to embrace this new year with confidence and happiness. I just wish for happiness throughout. I mean, things are not going to always be good. Like, life isn't just roses without thorns. So, but yeah, I just want peace of mind. I want happiness, and this year I hope, and I owe it to myself to actually do, not just talk, to actually do, to actually stay consistent and committed to myself and to the things that I owe commitment to, and discipline and dedication, and yeah. And I hope to be a more loving person. I actually do consider myself a loving person, which can be controversial to some who know me, because...
And I think it's controversial still. I think I'm a very loving person, and I also think that is controversial.
I'm always chopping my friend list, which is not necessarily intentional.
Okay, maybe it's not controversial these days, but then yeah.
But I was just thinking, yeah, I've gotten rid of so many people and gotten rid of so many situations which were for the good for myself. But sometimes I forget how lonely doing right by yourself can get. And I think that's also part of why I feel lonely in this moment right now, and why I'm ranting to YouTube.
Okay, so as I said earlier in this video, at that point in my life, I was really I was grasping for connections. I was really craving connections. And when you're at a point where you're desperate for connections in your life and you're not contented with like yourself, like your company and that sort of thing, you find yourself in situations that are not good. I'm going to read yet another journal entry. So this one is from 30th of April 2021, and it says, it's titled Loneliness. When you let your loneliness control the relations you have in life, you accept less than you deserve and get less than you accepted. So because of the loneliness I felt, and also being like a young girl, a teenager in a different country, and not having like my family and like my very old friends, because I realized I do very well with friends that I've had for many years than with new friends. So when you don't have all that, you try to form connections by any means possible. So I find myself in these situations where I wasn't supposed to be in, right? Both with friends or anything romantic, and it's like I'm not supposed to be here, but like I'm here because I don't have anyone else, right? And I think I also suffered low self-esteem where I felt privileged that these people want me around. Bye, because like I'm amazing. I'm amazing by myself. I'm amazing when I'm alone in a room. I'm amazing alone in my apartment. I think I am so cool. I think I am funny. Controversial, but I don't care. I think I am funny. I think that the things that I do are amazing. I think the way my brain works is amazing. I think I'm cool. Right. But then I guess I did think I was cool too then, but I wanted external validation so bad. So I'd be in this, like I said, situations that I shouldn't have been in. So I think at that point in my life, I was having like the problems I was having were most of like relationships in terms of platonic and like romantic. Like those were like the cause of like all the stress that I had. Like those are the cause of like my mistakes, my those sort of stuff. Right now, I feel like the things that I have been through since then and now have been more like filial. Filial the word. Let's say more so family related or family and self. Let's put it that way. Family and self. I have had so much changes, so much personal changes. It's like I thought. I mean, yes, I did face a lot of shocking transitory phases. I feel like every year is a new transition for me. Between like 16 and 19, 17 and 19, I don't know. But like 20 and 23, man, like I've been through some some crazy things. I don't think I'm going to talk about on my YouTube, but I have learned myself, like I have really discovered myself. I have sat down with myself. I have looked at my ugliness. I have sat in it. And one thing about me, I don't like to escape when I'm like feeling depressed. I sit down and I face my depression. I'm like, okay, let's look at each other. Let's look at each other eyeball to eyeball, right? So I have really faced myself. And I'm proud, and I'm proud. And honestly speaking, that is why I am back in front of this camera and on YouTube, because I really needed to like know who I was in the past couple of years that I have not been on this channel. I needed to think. I needed to like decide who I want to be. I needed to like correct the ways I was going left, you know. And also, it was just a very difficult period. And I think I started to fully recover last year, 2025. That was when I started to fully recover and be myself again. And I wanted to come back on YouTube 2025, but 2025, as I started recovering, I got on my grind. I got on my grind. I started working. Like I had like 5 kids and I'm a single mom. I was working so much. So like there was no time for this. But yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's basically it. Before this turns into a cringe, weird, motivational stuff. I just had to get that out. I just had to let it out. And I want to be able to watch this clip or this video probably when I'm like 25 and from a better place and be so proud of myself, be so proud of who I am like right now, and also proud of who I am going to be at 25 or whatever age I am when I rewatch this.
Yeah, I did not want to wait until 25, which is like next year. Because I had to do this video now, right? Yeah, I'm glad I made that video. And for anyone who has watched to this point, please take it as your sign to film yourself. You don't have to be like me and put it on the internet. Truly, you don't have to do this. You don't have to put yourself on the internet if you don't want to. I even recommend that you don't. I just like being on the internet, but record yourself. It's the biggest way you can see how much growth you are making, how much growth you've made. It's the biggest way you can see all the little ways that you are the same. Like I think like physically I look very much the same, which has not really occurred to me, that I look the same. I've always thought I looked different. But like now in this moment I'm like, oh my god, so little has changed. And I guess that's a beautiful thing. But not just that, like a lot of my thought processes with the way I sit down and talk and think to myself and the way I address my thoughts has not changed. That is something that I do a lot. Just bring out my thoughts to myself. Yeah. I like to process how I feel. Right now, how do I feel? I'm not going to lie, my brain is doing a lot of my brain is not like where I'd want it to be for this video. I'm not going to lie because my brain is all work, work, work. I have to get back into work before midnight. And I think I'm going to work for like hours into my birthday as well. But I am so grateful. I am so grateful to God. There is nothing I have done that is deserving of like His love, the time He's given me on earth, the time He's given me to correct myself, correct my mistakes, to come back on the right path. Oh, I need to wear my glasses again. The time He's giving me to and the chances He's giving me, to keep on trying and keep on doing what I'm doing. At 19, I did not have to worry so much about finances because I was not responsible for myself then, financial wise. But like in the past couple of years, I have learned that I think I have started to learn what it's like to be an adult with responsibilities, and it has made me do things that I did not think I would do. I have tried so many different kinds of jobs. I have just financial struggles have made me just keep going. And it's very difficult, and I think everyone who has the privilege of not struggling in their 20s should really hold on to that privilege. But at the same time, I think when you don't live with your parents, and when if you need something to wake you up, I would recommend you don't live with your parents. I'd recommend you start being like you put yourself in a place where you like need to be responsible for what you eat, right? You need to know that if I don't walk, like there's no food entering my mouth. And I'm not even saying this now like with disregard for like the current state of like the world, the economy, the job market and everything. Matter of fact, the job market has been whooping my ass, and that's why I decided to be self-employed, man. But all the same, I just hope that my message is not lost in terms of like learning to be responsible for yourself. I think that 30-year-old me, but I think that's when I want to do like a part 3. I don't know. I think my future self is going to be really proud because no matter how much I would like do reflection into who I think I'll be in the next couple of years, I never thought I would own a company at 23. Matter of fact, at 22, I don't think I saw myself here, right? And I owe it all to God. never taking God's credit. I owe it all to Him because He's the one that has put this vision in my mind. He's the one that has put this idea in my mind. He's the one that put the talent, the wisdom, the intelligence in me. Right? I never thought I would be here. And it's also because of my resilience. I often joke that my parents should have named me Resilience, Paula-Petra Resilience, and then my last name because I think I'm such a resilient person. A lot of things have happened in my life to bring me down and to make me just want to give up and then just let life do what life wants to do with me, right? But when something doesn't work for me, on to the next. If this one does not work, I'm thinking of the next. That's how I am, and I think that all these things is what has brought me here. And I'm so grateful, and I don't take it for granted. I'm trying to cry. I'm not going to cry. I don't take it for granted because I do recognize this as a privilege, and I'm well aware that it is one. I don't take it for granted. So I don't take for granted the people that work with me, people that support me, the people that cheer me on in all the different stages of my life. So so yeah, I'm not lonely. I am truly not lonely because, like I said, my brain is all work right now, so that is what's on my mind. I am not lonely at all. I just feel very grateful for the gift of life, and I feel loved. I feel loved by myself. I feel loved by my past self. I really feel loved by my present self. I feel loved by my future self. I think I just really feel loved. I feel loved by my family. I feel loved by my friends. So I'm happy. I think in this moment I am genuinely happy. But to my future self, I just hope that I have made you proud. But I have made you proud. I hope that like nothing has happened to derail me. I hope that this trajectory I'm on is has like I hit like the acceleration even harder. I'm gonna stop here. I think this has gone on long enough. Any other reflections I have would be in my main birthday vlog or another reflection video. Thank you for watching and take this as your sign to record yourself and to keep going. Keep going. Your past self will thank you, your future self will thank you, all versions of yourself will thank you. Keep going and remain true to yourself. Like external validation is not what matters. If you like who you are when no one is watching, if you like who you are when no one else is in the room with you, then you're doing something right. It's no matter what point you are in your life with your finances or other societal pressure things that you see going on, your education, whatever, right? As long as you are happy and you're content with who you are, even on days where you don't feel contented, right? Talk to your friends that would always hype you up and always remind you of how much you've done, and which is why I always recommend filming yourself and journaling, because on days when you don't feel so good and you see your progress in your journal or in your videos, you know that you're doing something right. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening to my 20-year-old self, 19-year-old self. She was such a baby. And to my 24-year-old self tomorrow, happy 24th birthday, Paula. You're beautiful, you're amazing, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're kind, you're loved, you're lovable. And I love you so, so much. And go have an amazing birthday because you deserve it and many more.